Hello everybody, welcome back to Rain and Pours. I'm Mitch and
Hi.
this is Mo.
And we're not in Australia, by the way. We're in Mum's studio, as you can see.
Yeah, so we're in Lisa Marvin's basement art studio. Mo's helping me with my paintings today. He's picking out some colours for me. So today, the first painting I'm going to do is a colour combination that I saw Louise McKay do this morning. It's a colour combination that I've wanted to do for a really long time and I can never get it to work the way I want because of the way that I layer my paints. So I'm going to try it her way, doing the light to dark, and Lisa begs me all the time to do it light to dark, but I do it the opposite. So I'm flipping the way that I do my layering. Inspired by her colour combination. I'm just using paints that Lisa already had mixed up. And in the background over there, Mo is going through some colours and he's going to pick some for me and then I'm going to paint with the colours that he's chosen. So I'll take you down onto the spinner and let's start with the one that I'm doing first. Okay, so here is a little, I'm going to say this is like an 8-inch round or a 6-inch round. I think it's an 8-inch round. And I'm going to use...
So my hand's around 6 inches. So
okay.
Yeah, this would be an 8
Good
inch.
estimated. So that's an 8-inch round. And I'm going to use a Sherwin-Williams pillow today. This is a Colour to Go colour. And this one is Wishful Blue. And I...
don't understand why they have blue in the name.
because it's slightly blue. Ooh, it's bloopy, that's for sure.
Yeah,
so the problem with these paints is they're not actually paint. They're just samples. They're meant to be brushed onto your wall so you can see what colour you're working with. So they dry out really quickly. They don't have many binders in them. But they work great as a pillow paint. And if you're just starting out, really cheap as well. So colours, I'm going to layer them down. I'll tell you what they are as I go through them. And we'll see where they go. Mo, can you bring back that gold for me? That's a cell activator.
that gold right here?
Yeah.
That's
That's-
right now.
Yeah, that's gold cell activator. I'm going to use that one.
Can I use it after?
Yeah, absolutely. So, colours I'm going to put down. I'm going to put down This Little Piggy Sea Glass as my first layer. Nice bright colour in the middle. Then, Amsterdam Sky Blue. I'm guessing at these colours, by the way. I know it's Amsterdam Sky Blue because I compared, but some of the colours were mixed up. I don't know what they are. This one looks like a cobalt teal. I'm not sure of brand or specification. Then I'm going to put This Little Piggy Constellation. So I'm changing it up a little bit and putting purple in there because I like that colour combination. Then this one appears to be Graphite Grey, and I'm going to say that's Tri-Art. And this one looks like a really deep, what Lisa would call smoky purps, but it looks like a combination of an indigo, a deep blue, a Payne's grey. It's a little bit of a blue with a purple shift to it.
I could definitely see what you're saying with that color.
Yeah, so it's not quite purple, it's not quite blue. It's like a really deep navy. It could even be like a Payne's grey mix.
I would say it's blackish blue.
It's blackish blue. Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy, I think. So, cell activators I'm going to use. I have Amsterdam Payne's Grey and I have, this one is Old Holland Royal Gold. Lisa swears by this one and I mixed up some.
Actually?
You like it as well? Mo's a fan. So she swears by it, really likes it, so I'm going to use that as well. So I'm just popping some bubbles first so I get a nice colourful blowout. And I'm going to do Payne's Grey on top, on the bottom, and then gold on top. So a little bit of Payne's Grey there, and a little bit of gold here. And let's give it a blow.
Okay.
What do you think?
It looks like a flower, so it's good, I guess.
It looks like a bloom?
Yeah, it looks like a bloom. No? Yeah, it's a bloom.
Kinda. So, what I think with this, the pillow paint is too thin. So what happens when you get pillow paint coming up in the middle, your pillow paint is too thin. All of your colours get blown down and they sort of get stuck on the base.
I really wanted to say that.
Yeah, and I could sort of... Yeah, I could sort of tell as it was pouring out of the container that it might be a little bit thin. So we can either thin our paints or just roll with it and see what happens.
I'll say roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm very much a person of don't judge it until it's spun out. So let's give it a spin.
That's actually my motto.
Yeah, don't judge until it's spun out. It's a good motto. And then
my mom hates that because when it doesn't look good, she just swipes it.
Shelee does the same thing and it bothers me all the time. So I'm going to enjoy my Starbucks coffee. This is not a sponsored video, but Starbucks in Australia sucks.
And before when he grabbed that, I thought he was drinking paint. Because there's paint right beside it.
Yes. You do need to put labels on things sometimes saying that this is not paint. So it's looking pretty cool because everything's like the pillow paint is a little bit thin. My cell activator isn't holding up as well as it should, but we're going to keep spinning. We'll get a little bit of paint off and we'll see how it goes. Doesn't look terrible. It's not great. It's got some good sparkle in there, but not what I want. So I'm going to change up the pillow and see if we can get a better result. Let me see, what's this one? Ooh, all right. This one is called Cloak Grey. Ooh. And it's a much deeper color. So let's see if changing it up, and this one is a little bit thicker.
Yeah, I can tell off the bat with, well, that of course.
Yeah.
You're pulling it up way thicker.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh no.
In pillow paint,
Yep.
thicker is always better.
Thicker is better. That's exactly right. You want everything to hold up. You don't want it to sink or melt.
It's not just what you want to do with pillow paint. It's like, if you want it to be good, thick pillow paint.
Yep.
If you don't want it to be good,
Thin pillow paint. So it depends on the effect you're going for. A thinner pillow can be really good for watercolor style blooms where you want everything to spread. You may want a little bit of that color to come through. And having a colored pillow means that if you do happen to blow too far into your paints, at least you've got color there as well. So it looks intentional. So let's do the same layering. We'll go with This Little Piggy Sea Glass, followed by...
so you're swiping over it?
Nope, I'm just pouring straight over the top of the old bloom. So you can do that. That bloom will just act as a sort of like a liquid layer. Yeah, and it'll just help things spread a little bit better. Then I have whatever that teal color is.
I've used that technique before.
Yeah. Then Constellation. Graphite Grey. So Graphite Grey is a tube paint, so it should hold up everything nicely. And then this deep dark blue color. Then let's put our cell activators again. Maybe this time I'll just do Payne's Grey. See what we get. Okay, so pillow is still too thin. So not getting the results that I want. We're not getting those super cool cells. I've got some really, really awesome small cells, but they're not going to hold up if it dries. So let's spin, see what happens. Now, I could thin all of my colors to match the pillow paint, but I don't really want to do that because then they become too thin to use in other blooms. Now, what will happen as this dries, these cells are going to melt. Especially with the Bear 8300 and the Joe Sonia mixture. If you find that your cells are melting, it's most likely because your paints are too thin. It's not usually an issue we encounter in Australia, having thick paints that are too thin. Usually our paints are too thick and we need to thin them down. But it is a common issue pretty much worldwide that if your cells are melting or if things aren't holding up, things are too thin. Giving this a good spin, Trying not to get paint on my shoes and on me. The color combination is a winner though. Louise did a brilliant job of picking her colors, and if you haven't seen her video, it's her latest one about making coasters, and the combination is just fantastic. She executed it so well. So I'm definitely going to pour over this one. I'll try a white base. I believe Lisa's got some white pillow paint here that's a little bit thicker. So I'm going to see if I can try and find one. I'll do that for my next video, so stick around, wait for the next one. But have a look at all these cute cells that I got. So they look really, really cool. I love the butterfly wing effect that it gives where all the cells are sort of uneven, but they're all nice and small. So stick around, Mo will probably be in the next one as well. So if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Louise McKay's channel and make sure you follow Lisa Marvin Art as well to see more of Mo and Lisa. And check out their awesome work. So I'm having a blast being here, and I'm flying home in a few days. So I'll be glad to be back in my own studio, but I'll definitely miss this place. So stick around, follow everyone else, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.